Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Gold Rush. Okay, we're in the storm, but let's not walk outside this time. Let's just hit Control-N for the next scene. Just before rounding the Cape Horn, the captain points out Deceit rocks, which are the colored white from the bird droppings. Rounding the Cape from east to west is not an easy task. If all goes well, it is usual for a sailing ship to allow 3 to 5 weeks to get to the west side of the Horn. Winds in the area of the Cape rarely blow less than 45 miles per hour and almost always from the west. Gales in this area can easily pick up a schooner and smash it into the rocky shore. The raging seas are the temperature of melting ice. You scarcely get 6 hours of daylight. When it is light, it is of little benefit. The overcast hugs the seas and visibility is very low. It is not uncommon for it to snow here in the summertime. The captain is continuously looking through his looking glass, keeping track of the ship's progress and position. He also makes entries in his log religiously. Nowhere is navigation more difficult than in these waters. Some sailing ships would take 70 days to round the Cape. Some ships would turn back because of the damage the sea has done to them. Some ships would not make it at all. Occasionally, you see floating wreckage and debris from less fortunate vessels. Well, looks like we made it through. And, why is it still shaking? I wonder if it's supposed to be doing that. With all the enthusiasm Eric can muster, he says, "I feel very weak, Jared, but I'm going to make it to California. I am determined to make it to California." Trying to be as convincing as possible, you say, "That's right. We're both going to make it to California." Anyone else think he's not going to make it? This is the captain's cabin. A paperclip that was on the desk is now lying on the floor. It must have been tossed there by the storm. You pick up the paperclip and put it in your pocket. And I'm glad that the shaking ended the music. You are in the depths of this ship. This is the lower deck. You see coal hold doors and the boiler. There's a wooden stick resting against the wall. Let's take the stick. Workers don't mind if you take the stick. After all, it's just a useless old stick. Let's see. You're on the main deck of the ship. The galley and the engine room are located here. Might not be able to get what I want just yet. Let's go ahead and save the game quickly. And we'll do Control-N. With the rounding of Cape Horn, also called Cape Stiff by many sailors because of the difficulty of rounding it, behind you, the captain steers the steamer north by northwest. It is everyone's goal to reach the port of Valparaiso, which means Paradise Valley. As the temperature rises, so do your spirits. Off the coast of Chile, the ocean is swarming with sea cows. A little farther off the coast of Chile, about 400 miles to be exact, is Juan Fernandez, the island most often recognized as the island on which Robinson Crusoe was actually exiled in 1704. Every person on board has been looking forward to arriving at Valparaiso. They've been in close quarters for too long. The port of Valparaiso is shallow, so the boat is anchored offshore. People go ashore and supplies are brought aboard by a continuous stream of small boats going back and forth from the shore to the ship. When ashore, people would nearly kill for a current newspaper to read. But the word is confirmed. Gold has been discovered in California! Comes as a complete surprise to us. After all, this game is just called Gold Rush. We waste no time in loading the ship with only that which is absolutely necessary and head for California. Whee! The only excitement today was crossing the Tropic of Capricorn for the second and last time on the voyage. The unbearable heat isn't far away again. When the captain sees another ship, he always knows what kind of ship it is and under what flag it sails. There goes a British full-rigged three-master. Saw an interesting sight today. Flying fish! Fishing has become one of the favorite pastimes, especially since the weather has warmed up. Those who don't partake in the fishing enjoy watching for whales and porpoises. On the west side of South America, the crew anticipates arriving in California and begins putting things in order. The crew is busy scrubbing the deck, chipping off rust, painting, and polishing. Most of the passengers who were keeping journals at the beginning of the trip have stopped by now. But throughout the entire trip, people have been reading whatever they can get their hands on. Many days aboard the ship are spent in utter monotony. There is nothing to do, at least nothing you feel like doing, but watch an occasional ship come and go. Watch the sun rise out of the water, move across the sky, and then set into the water again, day after day after day. The last leg of the journey is slow and seems to drag on forever. The walls seem to be moving in. You are positive the ship is only half the size it was when it left Brooklyn. I think you're getting a little crazy there, Jared. Moments of solitude and privacy are non-existent. Fellow passengers who only a month ago were easy to get along with now seem impossible to tolerate. Fights break out over trifles. There is constant bickering and gossip. Before you complained of having the same food to eat meal after meal. But now you would gladly eat anything. Provisions are running dangerously low. Well, we could always put into port. Food is running out on board the ship. Everyone is suffering. One man has already died. Well, that's pretty bad. Let's see. Oh, I don't see Eric. The ship's first mate says... no. Same basic thing. Okay, they're still saying the same thing. Yeah, it looks like Eric died. I don't see him around. Alright, I guess I'll go down the stairs, since that seems to be easier. There we go. Did I ever tell you about the time I maneuvered that overloaded steamer through the Straits of Magellan? Well, no, you didn't. And I think I've heard enough now. Thank you. You grab yourself a nice slab of pig meat from the steaming pig. There we go, got some points. I don't look so good there. There was something around to eat. You just needed to find it. Oh, come on. All right, let me go ahead and restore. Was that the last one that I was on? Okay. Let me pause it while I get through all these parts. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's hurry up and get the items that we need. Let's go grab that ham. As soon as you sink your teeth into this piece of meat, you realize something terrible is about to happen. The pig had some type of disease that poisoned the meat. Looks like your trip is over. Wow. This is one of the problems with no refrigeration. Well, I wasn't quite expecting that. Alright, let me try this again. Jeez. Oh wait, actually I saved right here at the Come on. Come on, go down the stairs, Jared. There we go. Okay, so I don't want to use the ham to eat. So I'll come back to that. Okay, I know there's string in here. Oops. Thinking that the string might come in handy someday, you pocket it, put it in, you pick it up and put it in your pocket. The engines are running like clockwork. You notice some metal scraps on the floor around the engines. Excuse me, young man, the engine man interrupts. I see you noticed my engines. These are a couple of beauties. They're nothing but pure power. I'm mighty proud of these engines, I sure am. A few metal scraps are lying on the floor around the engines. You scoop up the metal scraps and careful not to cut your hands. Put them in your pocket. Okay, so let's see. I've got a stick, scraps, string, paperclip. Let's try looking at them. This is what is left of the shovel the workers used in the boiler room. It's very yellow there. You have a handful of metal scraps that you collected from the area around the engine. It's a very sturdy paperclip. You grab yourself a nice slab of pig meat from the steaming pig. You have a tasty-looking slab of ham. It is making quite a mess in your pocket. But we know we don't want to eat it. Uh-oh. I might not be able to do this. That's a wonderful idea, but you just can't muster the strength to do it. Oh. Yep. Okay, let's restore it again. So I gotta be quick here. Shouldn't have looked at that stuff, I guess. There we go. It would help if the, Okay, got the string. Come on. Well, you've done it. You have found the perfect place to fish, and you have everything you need to do it. You pull the string you found in the bunk room out of your pocket and attach one end of it to the wooden stick. The other end you attach to the paperclip. You tie the metal scraps from the engine room to the string a few feet from the paperclip. At last, but certainly not least, you gladly take that piece of pork out of your pocket and carefully place it on the paperclip so that it won't fall off. With great anticipation, you lower this makeshift apparatus into the churning sea. Get fish. Already fishing. Alright, is this going to be automatic? Yep, okay, I guess it is automatic. Once again, Jared, you have saved the day and the lives of those around you. You reel in the catch of the day and share it with your companions. Now you will all make it to California, because you had one fish. The captain has given the word that you are only a few weeks from the coast of California. This seems to calm everyone's nerves. The arguments and fights subside. As the ship nears California, you begin to forget the hardships and tough times you have just endured. The promises made to the Almighty while rounding the Cape are all but forgotten. Somehow those times don't seem as tough now. Much more important now is the topic of nearly every conversation on the ship, where people plan to go to search for gold, how they are going to get it, and what they are going to do with the fortune they discover there. There is also much fretting and worrying about arriving too late and missing out on the best opportunities. Hopefully there will still be plenty of gold left when you get there. For the crew, no portion of the voyage is without danger. They must maintain their vigilance to the very end. You are fortunate that the ship has a sufficient supply of coal to make it to California. Other steamers ran out of coal. When that happened, spars, doors, bunks, and portions of the deck were ripped up and fed into the firebox to keep that ship moving towards the gold fields. I'm going to make a quick save here. The ship is now approaching the Golden Gate, and your journey is approaching its end. The dense fog makes it difficult, not to mention dangerous, to find the entrance to the Golden Gate. Excuse me. All hands are on deck as you approach California. To the gold-seeking passengers on board, it is a long-awaited promised land. Everyone cheers for the captain as he guides the ship through the Golden Gate. The shoreline is covered with lush green plants. What a beautiful sight. The bay is filled with boats of all kinds from every country. The boats and ships are too numerous to count. It looks as if they're stacked on top of each other. But they seem to be deserted. Everyone on board is sure they are too late now. Energy levels run high among the prospectors on board. They know there is no time to waste. The captain takes you across the bay and up the Sacramento River. Whee! You have 95 out of 95. You are right on track. Sacramento City, California. I am not sure if I'm on screen yet here or not. I do not see me. Ah, okay. There we go. I am not sure where... I don't know if you can see me. I found myself. That's the important part. Let's go off the right side. Nope, can't. Okay. Sacramento is a beehive of activity, but just like any other city, it's made of streets and buildings. Yeah, that doesn't help me any. What about here? No? Okay, what if I go off the screen here? No? You are inside the stage building. The stage area is empty right now. There's a stage schedule on the wall. Oh, okay. So that building with that white and gray building with 2 doors, that's the stage building. Look, schedule. According to the stage schedule, you have missed the one and only stage to Sutters Fort. And so we have to reload. Let's turn off messages. Let's let ourselves get up the river here. Okay, there we go. Look, schedule. According to the stage schedule, the stage should be leaving any time. Buy ticket? Okay, so what do I do to get on the stage? Let's see. Let me see what it says. Oh, I guess I just get on. Get on. Oh. I have to do it right away then. Okay. Let's suppress those messages again. Let's get ready to look schedule. Get on. You jump on board the stage bound for Sutters Fort, and you're on your way. Why the change in, Oh, well. Whee! There goes the, stage. And here we are at Sutters Fort. There's our stage coming. And there we are. Amazing how we looked pretty good on the ship, but then now that we're here, we're all scruffy again. Anyway, that was the trip around Cape Horn. In the next episode, we will take the trip through Panama. See you then.